All right, everyone, it is time for another Grimdark Future Battle Report. I'm going to start doing a lot more custom army list testing. I've been working on some of these competitive redesigns, and I want to start doing some battle reports and working on these specifically, see how these armies play against each other. So, bringing up my craft ship High Elves, and I've got some Dow Union that one of my friends has brought 2,500 points. So it's 2,500 points. We rolled up 3 objectives, and this is 2 of these armies I created some custom armies testing. So let's look at the army lists, and again, one of the things I really like about my custom armies that I strive for, I don't just strive that an army could win. I always strive that an army can bring a variety of different units. So here I've got a Temple Master that I'm running with Shield of Grace and Protected, so he's with the Scorpions. I've got a Telepathic Visionary that I've got with the Caster 4 upgrade, along with Company Standard. Yeah, I really like this more and more as I build these custom armies. I really like the idea of having a standard, Company Standard, and I actually really like it on leaders. In this game, you're going to really feel that, like, our leaders really feel like they are, like, really having an impact on the battle. And then I've got a 10-man unit of strikers with some energy swords, and I've got a Seer Lieutenant on there, which is basically a warlock with caster 1. I've got a 5-man unit of strikers that have just got a couple of energy swords, and then I've got some defenders. They're running with their light laser rifles, so sort of a chaff unit. I've got a big 10-man unit of defenders. They're running with the telepathic visionary. I've got the double psychic sensitive. They've also got a company standard and a defensive stance. So a really beefy and tough unit that's going to be going with that telepathic visionary. I've got some scorpions that are running with dual chainswords. And then they have protected, given some banshees that are running with their dual mirror swords. I got a 6-man unit of lances with double star lances. And then I've got 2 heavy jet bikes that I'm running tough, and some twin shred cannons. So, and again, you see those heavy jet bikes are at def 4 now. I really like this with high elf fleets making their vehicles a little less armored. So let's look at the Dow list. So he's running a grunt leader. He's got elemental power and an inhibitor drone. So that's the -1 to hit on 2 units. He's got a mystic that he's running with caster 3. He's got a grunt squad that he's got a targeting array. That's the +1 to hit that he can pick with a unit. He's got a 5-man grunt squad with shotguns. He's got a 3-man battle suit that with 2 flamers, and he's got with the energy swords. So this is a really nice unit that can dish out some shooting damage, but also is generally speaking a pretty tough unit. He's got some stealth suits that he's got a targeting matrix. Targeting matrix, by the way, is a +1 to hit. So these stealth suits are hitting on 3s. He's just got them with rapid burst carbines. He's got some gun drones that he's got with good shot and regeneration. He's got a hover tank. So this is my tweaked that has an inhibitor drone, which is the minus to charge. I apologize. The grunt leader and they have the minus to charge. He's got a targeting matrix. So this hover tank is actually hitting on 3s. Just with a lot of good upgrades, the twin heavy prag pods, the ion cannon, a lot of blast with some rending. He's got a heavy battle suit. It's a shield wall company standard, so that's with his. That's running as a hand-to-hand variant, and he's got another heavy battle suit that's running as a shooting variant. So he's got 2 of these heavy battle suits that he's running. One as sort of a hand-to-hand variant with the shield wall, and one that he's got running with missile pods and smart missiles. So a lot of long-range lock-on firepower with this guy, and he's got double company standard going on. So both armies have a decent amount of actually morale buffs as well. Let's see how this goes. So for the setup, so just keep in mind this is a 36-inch table, so actually we're only playing 6 inches up. So that's the only thing we're still playing 24 inches between the 2 units, but to sort of mitigate the fact that we're playing on a shorter table, playing 6-inch deployment zone. So you can see here, there's 3 objectives that went, 1 on the bottom left for me, a center one, and then 1 towards his deployment zone. So pretty balanced objectives. I just have a small defender squad there that's going to try and grab that objective, and then I've got my sort of my big squad with my caster and my banshees and my scorpions who've already scouted up. And then towards the right flank, so you can see that objective on the top right, I've got the striker squad that scouted up, the 2 heavy jet bikes, and then I've got the 10-man strikers that are with the Furious, and then on the far right in cover, I've got my lances. All right, so that's for him. And you can see, by the way, I'll show you his picture. He's got his tank sort of in the back, and he's got his shooting drone sort of covered. He knows I've got some scouts that could get up close, so he's protecting his key units with those grunts. He's got the 10-man squad of grunts, and he's got the shotgun squad basically protecting that heavy battle suit and that tank in the back. Really nice looking army, by the way. He's then got his other hand-to-hand battle suits in the center, and he's got his hand-to-hand heavy battle suit in the center. That's probably going to go towards the center objective. Yeah, that's just a close-up on some of his army. A really nice looking army. Really great job painting. I love sort of the special paints he's using. This army looks great. And yeah, so in the center, he's got his hand-to-hand units, and towards the back, he's got his other gun drones as well. And that's just his stealth suits on the far end. And yeah, and that's just another up-close picture. I just took a couple of up-close pictures of this army. Looks really nice. So, yeah, very nice looking army. All right, and that's just a picture of the battlefield. You can sort of see I'm sort of pressing towards his right. He's got a lot of his hand-to-hand units in the center, and he's got a lot of his shooting units kind of protected by those grunt squads. So, yeah, and that's just another picture. As you can see where we're going. I do get a chance to go first. So, turn 1, the craft ship High Elves are going to start off. First thing I do is just move up my heavy jet bike and I shoot. So that grunt squad right behind that heavy mech, they have that targeting array. So they're going to be handing out that +1 to hit. So I sort of want to prioritize that. So I just move up. I shoot. I think I kill like 4 grunts. Yeah, I kill. And that, by the way, has one of his leaders in there as well. So I shoot them. Yeah, this is one of his big heavy battle suits. It moves up. It hands out its morale boost. That's that red icon, and it's shooting at the bikes, those lances in the back. Yeah, it does like 5 wounds, and it also hands out. Yeah, that's him handing out the morale boost for them, and then hands it also out to the. I think those are the grunts. One of them is the grunts. I get confused. One of those is yeah, those are the grunt squad. I apologize. Yeah, I just move up my second heavy jet bike, and they're just targeting those grunts. They shoot at them. Actually, I roll pretty good and kill all of the grunts except the leader. The leader with the morale boost does pass his morale. The grunts with the shotguns, they just move on the objective, and they are able to shoot that heavy jet bike. I think they do 3 wounds, but the heavy jet bike passes his morale. So with only a def 4, these heavy jet bikes are pretty squishy. My strikers move up, and they shoot those grunts on the building. Now we're counting those buildings, even though we're counting them as having cover. If you're on top of a building or on a building, we're basically saying that's cover. So with cover, I only kill like 2 of them. Yeah, so I killed 2 of them, but they're still fine. So this is his hand-to-hand heavy. This is his hand-to-hand battle suits. They basically just. I'm sorry. This is his leader. He advanced tactics. The hand-to-hand Titan. Up, so you can see, yeah, that's his leader. Basically, his leader is the only one left of that squad, so he just rushes behind those heavy battle suits, and then moves that heavy battle suit up. My lances just go ahead and rush to the objective. I want to really pressure, even because he's got that tank back there, and that heavy battle suit's pretty tough. So I just go ahead and rush the lances behind cover. This is his tank. His tank moves and shoots at the bikes and heavy jet bike. So I think his tank does have indirect or something, but I think he has a lot of lock on. But yeah, that tank is really nasty. Does some damage to the jet bikes and takes another few wounds off the heavy jet bike, which passes its morale. This is my strikers. They just rush up. I just go ahead and save my spell token for next turn. So the strikers just rush up. His caster just rushes to the center and chooses to save his spell tokens. So, chooses not to use them. I just move up my defenders with the laser guns on the objective. Just grab that. So this is his battle suits. They just rush and they basically get... what they're really trying to do is just protect that tank. They know that I have my lances coming out for that tank and my strikers, so they're just going to protect that tank. And then they shoot. Yeah, they just rush. I'm sorry. This is my caster. He moves up. He casts the +2 AP on the Banshees and the Scorpions, and then also does the +1 boost on them. They actually shoot, so the Avengers are able to shoot and do, I think, 2 wounds. So they're running. They don't have rending anymore. Remember, I have them with Filarity. So this army is, it's not so good at shooting armored targets, but I did manage to do a couple of wounds on that heavy battle suit. And yeah, that's just me casting the +2 AP. These are the gun drones. They move up and they shoot the strikers. I think they kill 3 of them, but the strikers pass them around. At this point, my Scorpions, so they have that +2 AP. They go ahead and charge that heavy battle suit. The thing is, that heavy battle suit not only has armor 2, but also has shield wall. So actually, he saves on 3s. I only managed to do like 5 wounds, and I think that he trades me back. I think he actually does several wounds. We actually end up tying combat. The heavy battle suit's pretty tough. Yeah, we end up just bouncing. He does some damage to me. So it turns into a bounce. I did manage to take off, I think, like 5 wounds, which was pretty good. So this is the stealth suits. They move up and they shoot those Scorpions. They kill a few of them, but that actually wavers the Scorpions. I think even with the morale boost, yeah, those Scorpions, they get wavered. All right, the Banshees just go ahead and rush up behind the Scorpions. So the heavy battle suit charges those Scorpions being fatigued, does 1 wound, and they automatically lose the morale since they're wavered, and they rout. So managed to clear out those Scorpions. And yeah, that's the recap. So I'm pushing up the center. My defenders do grab that objective. The center objective is contested, and you can just see we're sort of pushed there. And then towards the right, I've really sort of pressured that right, pushed in with a lot of stuff, and I'm going to try to sort of bully him off that objective. It's just another picture as well. You can see my Banshees are coming up. I do get to go first next round, so that's sort of the saving grace. At least those Banshees with that +2 AP are going to be able to, that's the plan, is probably hit that heavy battle suit. And that's just the picture here. It's a tough trade because if I charge in with the Banshees, the Lances will basically take another turn of fire. So, but yeah, turn 2, the craft ship High Elves do go first. It was a tough call, but I went ahead and just charged that heavy battle suit. He was going to charge me if I didn't, and I do end up killing the heavy battle suit with the Banshees. That heavy battle suit was really tough. Like I said, shield wall and armor 2. It tanked a lot of damage. I think this was the tank. The tank moves up and shoots the bikes, kills a few of them, and actually wavers them, which is rough. That's my 2 Star Lances, so I did waver the bikes. That tank's doing work. Yeah. Then my Avengers move up. I cast +2 AP again, and the morale boost on the Avengers and on the Banshees. So I'm just adding that back in. And I think I try to get a defense off. I think I also get the +2 defense as well because I had saved up. I had 6 tokens plus the Psychic Sensitive. I was able to get off 2 of those spells. Yeah, and then they shoot those. I think those are the gun drones. Yeah. And yeah, actually, even with the morale boost, I actually waver them. So, yeah. This is his heavy battle suit. He's handing out the morale buff again, and then moves up and shoots the strikers and the heavy jet bike. So cuts the strikers down to 4, and then the heavy jet bike kills it. So this is my strikers. I actually try to cast the +2 AP, but I fail. So that really sucks. I was hoping to get that +2 AP off on those strikers, but it doesn't work. I just go ahead and I charge. I have like 3 power weapons, and I do a Furious. I charge those battle suits. But I don't really roll a lot of 6s, and I don't really do those guys are basically armor 2 up with that shield wall. So don't really do a lot of damage. Actually, I lose combat. I think I roll bad because I only do 1 wound. He claps back, does 4 wounds, and actually they run. So they fail their morale even with a morale boost, and that's just the consolidate. So those battle suits and heavy battle suits are pretty tough. This is his leader. I didn't show it, but actually casts the -2. He casts the -2 to hit on the Banshees and the Avengers, and that sucks. Like that. That is why I really like the Dow with the caster 3. He's able to get off that -2 to hit on those 2 units. So, yeah, that's just showing the -2 to hit on the Banshees as well. This is my 2 other strikers. They go ahead and charge those grunts. They kill one of them, but the grunts pass their morale with the boost. Yeah, this was a mistake on my part. So those heavy battle suits are fatigued. Those battle suits are fatigued. They go ahead and they charge the lances. They actually managed to kill one and win combat, but I forgot that. So those lances should have just auto routed, but I went ahead and passed the morale, and I shouldn't have. So that's a mistake on my part. That lance should be dead because he should have just failed. At the end, I just wasn't paying attention. So, but his grunts. So yeah, I just unwavered that lance. But just so you know, that lance should be dead. He does move up his 2 grunts, and he shoots that jet bikes and kills it. But he technically should have shot something else because that jet bike should have been dead. So that is a mistake on my part. I move up my heavy jet bike and I shoot those suits. I kill one of them, but those, like I said, those battle suits are pretty tough. This is his leader. So remember, this is the only one left of the squad. He rushes and he actually advanced tactics, those stealth suits. So that's the stealth suits that he basically rushes to the center and advanced tactics those stealth suits up. My guardians are in a really bad spot because I can't. I just all I can really do is just move up and shoot those stealth suits. I do like 1 wound, and then the stealth suits just move up and shoot the defenders and kill them. So that advanced tactics on his leader is really solid. It's able to get those stealth suits in range to kill those guardians. And that's the recap of turn 2. It's not going well. I had some sort of pretty bad morales with those lances, but it is what it is. He's cleared out, and he's probably going to grab that left objective, and then the center. I am holding the center objective right now, and then the right flank is still contested. But actually, he's done a lot to really wipe out a lot of the right flank. And yeah, that's just the center. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and that's just showing another picture of the left where he's probably going to grab that objective, and that's just seeing another objective in the battle. I've killed a lot of his units, but a lot of his tougher units, like he's still got one of his heavy mechs in that tank. I've not been able to get to that tank, and that's just showing my Avenger with my caster. He's going to just replenishing those spell tokens, and yeah, turn 3, I do get to go first. So the first thing, and this is a real tough one, I'm at -2 to hit. I really need something, so I just go ahead and charge his Titan. I think I do like 6. I think I do 6 wounds. I do something decent. I think he may have rolled bad. No, I do like 3 wounds. I think either way, I think his Titan passes his morale. At this point, you can see the heavy tank in the back. It moves up. It shoots those Banshees. Yeah, kills a lot of them, 7 of them, I think, and actually the Banshees waver. So that's bad. I'm really desperate on the right flank. I go ahead and just charge those battle suits, but the battle suits like take a wound and then the strikers die. That's sort of the right flank gone. They consolidate. The Titan moves up and shoots. It shoots the heavy jet bike and kills the heavy jet bike. That's that Titan right there. I think he hands out the morale buffs. I just go ahead and unwaver the Banshees. His stealth suits just move onto the objective, so he's grabbed that objective, and I really can't contest it. I think his gun drones also unwaver, and then his caster moves closer and actually casts a damage spell on the Avengers. Does some damage, yeah. I think my caster I think he failed to cast some spells himself. So that happens. But yeah, he did manage to kill a couple of those Avengers. And that's the recap, really. Um, the game's the game's pretty much over with him grabbing the left objective. The center, all I really have left is the Avengers, and he's cleared out the right flank. And the Banshees are almost dead. I do get to go next turn, but as you can kind of see here, I really can't grab all three of the objectives. So that's just showing you a picture here. The High Elf fleet pretty much got wiped out in 3 turns. So yeah, turn 4, I just go ahead and concede. That's just showing a picture as well. You can see the battle is pretty much lost with, I just have really 2 units left. And yeah, at the end of the game, it's a turn 4 concession, Dow Union victory. Man, the Dow Union army is really good. You know, it's funny. I was playing as if I was playing the original Dow Union army, which is a lot more squishy. This Dow Union army is really good. Feels really a lot better. Now, I did get some feedback from him. He does want to add back the spotting laser in addition to the targeting. So I think giving players the choice is fine. I'll just add spotting laser back. I think that's reasonable. The other thing I think that he did want an AP2 deadly option on the Titans and battle suits, the heavy battle suits. I think that's fine to do. For me, I probably should have brought some more dragons in the army. I was also trying to test out a few things, but I think that if I was going to tweak things, I would have brought some dragons. Because my army does suffer. Without having rending, my army, the custom army does need a lot more work against armored targets. Hey, thanks for watching. Interested in feedback? Like, subscribe, and comment. Send me your army list or custom armies. I'd love to just know what you guys are doing. Thanks a lot.